I'm always in the basement.
Yeah. What's going on?
It's going. It's Happy Friday.
So, so I want to talk about Tesla laid off like almost the entire Supercharger team this week. Like Elon's like cleaning house.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Like, does that mean the Superchargers aren't going to work anymore?
No.
No, I mean people are kind of like blowing it out of proportion. It's not. They're not abandoning the Superchargers. They have almost 100% uptime right now. They're just slowing development on new sites now. I guess there's been a lot of like contracts that are in place for additional sites that they're putting a hold on.
Yeah.
Um, but you
Now, do you
know,
think? I mean, they're introducing like their network to other uh, manufacturers, right? Other
yeah,
cars.
yeah. I
For
mean, it's open to Rivian and Ford right now with adapters. So um, that's putting a little pressure on them too because they're switching their new vehicles over to the Tesla connector, right? So
yeah.
they're banking on that network's going to be just as good and stable in 2 years when they release those vehicles as it is now.
Yeah.
And I think it will be. I think they're just gonna they're gonna pull resources from other departments like maybe like mobile service to go out and fix the superchargers, but. And I think there's still enough of that team there that they're going to keep things just the way they are, maybe just not add new sites as fast.
Do you think it was a mistake to add like the other manufacturers to their network?
No, I mean, because I think they're going to get a lot of federal funding eventually for that.
Oh, true, true.
So I think they're going to get that federal funding, but they're just like being cautious as far as like expanding these new sites until they know exactly what's going on, probably. Um, but in it's funny because Tesla's actually making those adapters right now that I'll let Rivian and Ford get on the current superchargers.
Yep.
Um, and so they can drag their feet on those adapters too if they want to kind of like limit how many other vehicles are getting onto the network.
Right.
They're like, oh, we're only gonna have 1,000 adapters. I
Be-
saw Rivian just
there's-
started sending them out. They're doing it based on like who bought first. So there are some people getting them, but you know they have maybe 80, 100,000 vehicles out there. It's gonna be a long time till those last people get them.
yeah, but so there's nobody else that can make them.
There's two companies, Electron, and there's one other A to Z that make a supercharger adapter. I've got one on order from Electron, and they're even having trouble delivering.
Oh wow.
The A to Z one has been shipping already. I when I was at an event up in New Hampshire last week, one of the guys had one up there. He was showing me, and Electron's kind of a bigger company. They'll be selling on Amazon and stuff, so I kind of want to promote that one when I get it.
Yeah.
But whichever one comes first, I'll do a video showing how it works.
I'm sure you will.
All right, so talk about some Wi-Fi stuff today. So big news for EnGenius this week, right?
Oh yeah.
What went on? Like,
So I mean, we have our Wi-Fi 7 2x2 coming out.
yeah,
So that's big news. So a lot of cool. We have that access point coming out. That teams up with our 4x4, right? So now we have a 4x4 and a 2x2 solution.
yes,
Then we have a number of different features coming out. We talked a little bit about one last week, which is called AV Express.
mm-hmm,
That will be available both on our Fit line and also on our Cloud line. So it's a solution that will prioritize traffic not only through wirelessly but through the wire as well.
mm-hmm,
So we're doing things there to simplify that process. And then we did a whole price refresh across like the whole line. That's including all our cloud access points and our Fit access points and our, I would call them routers. We did a
mm-hmm.
refresh on the routers, which I'm not sure if you've seen yet.
I
You
have
seen
seen
that
it.
yet?
Yeah,
You
I've
did?
already
Okay.
got the new pricing
Yeah.
and
So
there's
we did.
yes,
Yeah, we did a full price refresh across the board on those access points and the routers, right? So that includes all the ESG line and the XG60 line, or there's only one for
mm-hmm,
Fit, but So they're super aggressive. So the 4x4 Wi-Fi 7 is what now? What's the price?
MSRP on the 4x4 ECW
Yeah, it's
536 is $499 right now.
yeah. And so the 2x2 that's launching next week, officially launching next week. It's already out there. You can back order if you need to. Is $299 for a 2x2 Wi-Fi 7 access point, and that guy can be powered through PoE Plus.
Standard
Right?
PoE Plus, so all the 1 gigabit EnGenius switches will support the 2x2. Now,
Right.
but the 4x4 needs PoE Plus Plus POH, right? 60 watt. So
That's right.
the switch that you need for that is the what?
Oh, the yeah, it's
ECS
the
5512.
no worries. I know what it is. The ECS 5512 FP.
Right. So if you do buy the current Wi-Fi 7 access points ECW 536, make sure you're using a PoE plus plus switch like the one we mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah, so total price refresh. The AV Express that I was talking about, that does work for that can be programmed per SSID.
Yeah.
And it's basically using like application aware and prioritizing traffic that way.
Yeah.
And so that will be available on all our cloud access points and our FIT access points.
And again, with pricing for like EnGenius partners, there's some promotions running on Wi-Fi 7 too, so make sure to look at those.
Yeah, that's a huge one. I don't know if we want to say that
We
right
don't really
now.
say what it is, but definitely look at your promotions.
Partners and your customers can take advantage of that
Yes, yes. So
that promotion.
there's promotions running to make the price even more affordable.
Phew. Okay, I would say the most affordable on the market.
Yes, yes. So that's kind of where you guys were going at. And
Yeah.
so we should start seeing a lot more Wi-Fi 7 deployments with EnGenius. We know the
It's
hardware is good. We've been testing it for quite a
it's
while now.
truly like it's an un. There isn't a reason why you shouldn't have it,
Right, right.
right? Like in any project that you do, there's no reason.
Yes, yeah. At this price
It's
point, for
backwards
sure.
compatible. It's
Right,
tri-band. It's using the latest technology. Even if you don't have Wi-Fi 7 client devices, you're going to utilize it.
right.
You know, the new iPhones are using 6 gigahertz. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, for sure. Either the 2x2 or the 4x4. We recommend 4x4 for a lot of business installs. I would say, right? Like,
For sure.
because of the range and capacity. The 2x2s are okay. If you need a lot of APs, maybe you put them in hallways and hotels, and you're gonna have
No
several.
hallways. We
Not
never do
even hall.
hallways.
You want in room. So the
In
220 is
there.
like a 1 to 2 room AP maybe.
Yeah, so we do sell a lot of 2x2 access points, and that's for like larger deployments, right? So
Yeah,
I think 526 will work well in like these bigger deployments,
yeah,
and you can even do it like you said, like in individual rooms or like I would say in apartments.
yeah.
Um, just be not cautious, but just realize that 6 gigahertz travels further. So in some
Le-
cases where you
less
could use
far.
one,
Less
what's that?
far. 6 gigahertz travels less far.
What did I say?
You said further.
Oh yeah, sorry, less.
Yeah, yeah. Don't.
No, you would need more. I was getting ready to say you would need more access points. So
Right,
just be cautious of that or aware of that, I guess.
right. And again, like the difference between the streams, like the 4x4 gives you more streams basically to bounce around. So even if the client's like a 2x2, like an iPhone, it's still gonna have better range because it has more channels basically to find back to that access point.
That's right. That's right. So like yeah, I would say like the cases that sometimes you run into, like residential cases, I would use 4x4. I use 4x4 here in
Yeah.
my house.
Right, right, for sure. It's just like that 2x2 is there now, and again, it won't start probably shipping for a little while. But the 4x4 is in stock. We've been shipping it already, and it's working great. Um,
Right.
all right, so you wanted to talk about the security access points too.
Yeah, so so there's a price refresh on not only our Wi-Fi 7 access points, but like our really popular Wi-Fi 6 access points, and that
Yes.
includes like our 220, our 230, our 220S, and our 230S. But we're running a promotion on the 220S and the 230S. With the 220S and 230S, they have extra radios in there. They're scanning radios that help with like basically whips and whiz. Like it's called AirGuard, which is a wireless security that we have. And so these particular access points, they come with these extra radios. Well, there's a promotion running, as you know, that brings that price down even more aggressively for everybody to, to start using like whips and wids in a lot of different scenarios. But you don't necessarily have to use the security side of these particular access points. The benefit of that access point is that extra radio, and there's a couple things that it allows you to do. It allows you to use zero weight DFS, right?
Mm-hmm.
So zero weight DFS is our access points will detect if there's radar, and if there's radar, the zero weight will have a pool of channels that are scanned that are clean. And if you run into radar, it will switch that access point over quickly to the non-interfering channel. Typically, when you run into radar, in cases like myself, there's a police station right across the street from us. It will disrupt the connection, and you'll lose connection, and then you'll reconnect. Mm-hmm. And this actually just happened to us recently, where I guess we were running fine, and then we started noticing like disconnections and things. And so I looked into the logs within cloud and noticed that, hey, it's detecting radar. So I enabled zero weight DFS to clean that up so we wouldn't have those disconnects. So the S models that are the promotion prices for the 230S, which is a 4x4, is $399. Yeah, $399 on that 4x4 Wi-Fi 6 security access point. That's a promotion price. And you get that extra radio in there to be able to scan. The other thing it does is it helps with dynamic channel selection. It won't interrupt anything if it's scanning channels for like 5 gigahertz, 2.4 gigahertz, and it will move the access point and not disrupt the connectivity on the access point.
Right. So it has that extra radio that it can basically pre-scan channels with, instead of in the worst case you have radar and basically the APS to drop the connection, then scan the channels to see which ones are clear.
Exactly.
Before it reestablishes, right? So that's the
right.
Worst case, but in the best case, it's just going to give you better channel selection having that extra scanning radio in there.
That's right.
For sure. All right, well, some pretty exciting promotions going on. I think we're going to be selling a lot of Wi-Fi 7 this month going forward, more than anybody, I think, at these new prices.
Yeah, heck yeah.
For sure. All right, remember to like and subscribe. Ask us any questions in the comments. We'll be back.